Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be filming today. I didn't get to film last week and it was very depressing for me. I love to film. It's one of my favorite things to do. My daughter is here today, so if you hear some background noise, it's her. If you hear Mickey Mouse, you know, it's all her. So yeah, today I'm going to be doing, as you can see by the title, my spring foundation routine. In the spring I like to be very glowy and very hydrated looking. Now this video you're going to see a lot of product. You're probably like, wow, I can't believe she puts that much stuff on her face. But I do, and I mean, it's just what works for me. It's what I like. I don't really like to wear like halfway makeup. I'll either wear like some concealer in my eyebrows or I go like full out. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my hair back out of my face because I just curled it and it is massive. I'm going to take pictures for FREY today, and if you don't know what FREY is, it's a boutique from where I live. I will link it down below. They have the cutest stuff. Oh my gosh. So yeah, you definitely need to check it out if you haven't already. So today I wanted to start with my skincare, what I'm going to do to prep my skin for the summer and everything. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this CeraVe Moisturizing Lotion. This is for normal to dry skin. I love this stuff because it is so lightweight. And so I'm just going to squirt a little bit onto my hands. And I'm just going to rub that into my face. I've already washed and toned my skin. And so the next thing you want to do before makeup is moisturize, because your makeup will just apply so much better and look so much smoother. As you can see, I have a ton of breakouts right now. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm just breaking out really bad, but we will fix that. Okay, after that, I go in with my No7 Lift and Illuminate Day Cream. And why I go in with this afterwards is because it has SPF 15 in it. I really, really like it. It makes you look really glowy. And so I'm just going to apply that. And you want to make sure to be getting your neck. Oh my goodness. You want to make sure to be getting your neck too. And I put some of this SPF on my eyelids and underneath my eyes as well. And if you show your ears a lot, you want to make sure to put a little bit of sunscreen on your ears as well, because those do age. And sunscreen is just very important for your skin. It just helps like these dark spots that I have on my face. If I don't wear sunscreen, they will just get darker. And it just helps to prevent your skin from, you know, the sun's harmful rays. Okay, I'm going to let that sit in and soak in for a second before I start on all this makeup. So while that sits, I'm going to fill in my eyebrows. And for my eyebrows today, I'm using this new ColourPop brow color, and this is in the shade Taupe. So I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows with that, and I will be right back. Okay, so brows are filled in, and so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my skin. And for primer today, I'm going to use the Master Prime by Maybelline, and this is the Blur and Illuminate primer. I really like this because it has a salmon color to it, and it also has SPF 30, which is good if you're going to be outside or wherever, and it gives you such a nice glow to the skin. And this is just going to make my foundation look very dewy and luminous, and it blurs your imperfections and evens your skin tone a little bit. So yeah, I do a lot of skin prepping because I don't want my foundation to lie on my skin and look like dry, because I do have very dry skin, especially in the winter time. And I just have realized now that I've started to pay attention to my skin how dry it really is. Okay, and so after that, I'm going to go in with my foundation. And for foundation today, I'm going to be using my Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-Hour Foundation. I recently purchased this and I've absolutely been loving it. It is very full coverage and it does last a long time on my skin. Normally I would wear on a day-to-day basis a lighter foundation that's not so thick. But today, since I'm taking pictures, I'm going to be using this and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to put some on the back of my hand like this. That was a ton, so I'm going to scoop a little bit more of that back up. And I'm going to take this NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator and I'm going to mix that with this. And it's just going to make my foundation look super glowy. I'm all about looking glowy. And so I'm just going to mix that in. Because this is like a very thick foundation, as you can see. And I'm just going to dot some on my face. It's better to start with a little bit and build it up, because it's really hard to take away foundation if you get a little crazy, you know. So I'm just going to start with that much because it is very full coverage. And I'm going to go in with my Morphe M439. I love this brush for this foundation because it makes your face look airbrushed. And it just helps it not to be so thick. Okay, so now that my foundation is on my face, as you can see, I have very bad dark circles. So I'm going to do a little bit of color correcting. As you can see, like my eyelids all in the center right here, they just look very dark, and you want that area to be very bright. And so I'm going to go in with this Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. It's just a beautiful salmon shade, and this really makes a difference underneath my eyes. So I'm just going to apply some to the inner tear duct and bring it out. This stuff is so lightweight, but it really does make a difference, and it hides my dark circles all day long. It is very pricey though, but if you have very dark circles, I do highly recommend it. And I'm just going to take my Dampen Real Technique sponge and just slowly blend that out. My daughter is being very quiet right now. That is very scary to me. When she's quiet, she is up to something. Okay, so as you can see, that already did, a pretty good amount of coverage, but you don't just want to leave this underneath your eyes like that because it does have a salmon tint to it. So next, I'm going to go in with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I absolutely love this stuff. It's very full coverage, and I'm just going to pump that. She's talking now, so at least she's okay, not into something. So I'm going to take that, and I'm just going to dot that underneath my eye like this. And I'm also going to apply some onto my eyelids because I have very veiny and dark eyelids. And I'm just going to apply the rest to like my chin and my forehead to do a little bit of brightening because I don't want to waste this. And I'm just going to blend that in with my sponge. Okay, now that that's blended in, I'm going to go in with this Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer. I like to use this for brightening. I don't really put it underneath my eyes because it creases so bad. I just can't handle it. But I really love a bright under eye, and so I'm going to balance the rest of that out. And I'm going to apply some down the bridge of my nose. This will slim my nose a little bit. And I'm going to apply some to my chin and my Cupid's bow. And then again, I'm just going to take my sponge and blend that out. Okay, as you can see, it is very bright now. And so now you want to set your concealer. I know a lot of people like don't set their concealer, and that is like the most important step in my opinion. It is so important to set your concealer with a powder. I use Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, but if you are wanting a more affordable option, CoverGirl has a translucent powder, and it's like $5, and it's the same size as this, and it works just as good. And NYX has a couple, but I just like a loose powder, and I take my dampened sponge and I dip it in there, and I'm going to take the side that doesn't have any powder on it, and I'm going to blend that out before I apply the powder, just so I'm not setting those under eye creases, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to take the clean side, blend that out, and then go in with the powder. This is just what I found has worked better for me, so I don't have big bad under eye wrinkles that make me look older. And I'm not going to set the rest of the places that I place my concealer with this powder because it is very drying, I've realized, and it makes, like, I have really bad forehead wrinkles, and it just makes my forehead look, I don't know, just very dry. So I'm going to let that bake for a second, and what it means when it bakes is it just makes your makeup going to last longer. It's going to make the concealer not budge or move. So I'm just going to let it sit there for about 5 minutes, and then I will wipe it off. But for now, I'm going to go in with this CoverGirl Oil Control CoverGirl Oil Control Pressed Powder. And this is in the shade Buff Beige, and it's literally just a pressed powder. And I'm going to take just an e.l.f. small tapered brush, and I'm going to pat a little bit on there, and I'm going to set those other places that I placed the concealer just so they don't budge. But I didn't want to use the Laura Mercier because it is so drying, and I really like this powder. I'm going to set the sides of my nose too, just so they don't get oily. It works really well. And then I'm going to take an even fluffier brush and I'm going to set the rest of my face with this powder, just so that my makeup doesn't slide around in the heat or anything, just so it lasts all day. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wipe off this powder now. Let me find my brush. I forgot to set my eyelids, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now, just so they don't crease. And I love this powder. It just makes everything feel so smooth. I love it. So now I'm going to go in with my contour, and for contouring I use the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This is in the light and medium shade. This is a matte bronzer and it's just a very cool tone bronzer. I love this bronzer. I have this bump right here that it's like a scab, so it won't cover up, so yeah, just ignore that. And it smells like chocolate, but also if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I love the Kat Von D Shade Light Contour Palette. I've just been using this lately because it is lighter than those and I'm very pale. I've just been embracing my pale skin. And so yeah, I'm going to take this and firstly I'm going to bronze up the skin. So I'm going to use my Morphe M527 brush. And I'm just going to start bronzing up my skin. And you always want to make sure to rub a little bit down on your neck, just so you're not bronzy on your face, but not on your neck, you know, just to make it all blend together. And I'm going to put some on my jawline just to define that. Okay, so now I'm going to go with my contouring brush. And for my contouring brush, I use the Morphe M523. It's just kind of a smaller version of this big fluffy brush that I used. And it's more dense. And so I'm just going to pat that in there and then tap off the excess. And I'm going to start at the corner of my ear and start bringing it in. This is where you want the most color. And then just kind of blend it out. And this is just going to chisel out your cheekbones and make your face look slimmer and more defined. And I'm just going to contour my nose a little bit with the same brush just because I'm lazy and I don't want to get my other one. Okay, so now since I've contoured and it looks a little bit sloppy, so I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Powder again. And I'm just going to clean up that contour. Sailor is literally grabbing everything. No, she's already ate like 3 of these and I'm like, so I'm just taking a flat contour brush and I'm just rubbing it right underneath it just to clean up that line. I'm just going to go ahead and wipe that off and you can see that it cleaned up that contour very well. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Benefit What's Up highlight, and this is just a cream to powder highlight. And I'm just going to take my finger and rub it on there and just pop that on all these places. And using a cream highlight before you go in with a powder highlight is just going to make it last longer and be more intense. So I'm just rubbing that on the tips of the tops of my cheekbones. And I'm rubbing a little bit underneath my eyebrow bone. And above my eyebrow, a little bit on the tip of my nose and on my cupid's bow. And you can see that that gives a really pretty glow. For powder highlights, I'm going in with my Anastasia That Glow Kit. I love this. And I'm going to take the shades Bubbly and Sunburst. They are my 2 favorite in this kit. And I am just going to highlight right over that Benefit What's Up. And I wear a lot of highlight. You obviously don't, have to wear this much highlight. I just love it and I think it makes you look youthful and young. And the last thing that I do is I'm going to spray my face with this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Setting Spray. This is a makeup extender and this will just help all the powder sink into your skin and help it not to look so powdery. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that. And yeah, I would go ahead and finish my eyes and stuff, but I don't want to make this video 20 minutes long. So yeah, this is all I do for my spring foundation routine. I hope that y'all enjoyed it and it just looks very glowy and summery and beautiful. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this little tutorial or this little in-depth foundation routine. And if you haven't already, please subscribe down below. It is very encouraging. It makes me want to film more videos. So yeah, thank y'all so much for watching and I hope to see y'all in my next video. Bye.